Are we live?
We are
Yeah,
live.
we're live, we're live. Hey
What's up,
everyone,
Dan?
everything is great, everything is great. Actually, it's now the second week in Portugal, having fun there, seeing some land.
Yes.
Uh, Also traveling a bit, mostly work, most like I'm in front of this wall and the living room. But in general, just like, like doing some interesting work in Portugal. Maybe we'll expose it really soon. It's not a new location in Portugal for proxies, that's I can tell you for sure. But it's going to be interesting. I see that already some people joined us. I will also share it into my profile.
Awesome. Guys, we're going to start in like 2-3 minutes. Any questions you have about Pinterest and Pinterest automation and growth? So feel free to comment below. Tell us also what's your plans for the weekend. Um, One sec. Just 2 minutes and we're going to start. So just comment, tell us you're here so we know you're watching us because we can only see the amount of people. This live is very, very, very interesting and useful for anyone who have e-commerce store. Okay, if you have any e-commerce store, so this method is going to increase the amount of traffic you're going to get from Pinterest, and it's
And
going to be
it's
very, very.
and especially if you're selling something which is visual, it doesn't like, for example, Paul, you're selling like the business paintings. So if you're selling something is visual, it's even like products for dogs, or it can be photos, or it can be weddings, it can be photo shooting. In Israel, we actually have like something called the Adonistit, which like most of her traffic came from Pinterest, and she was building her community with Pinterest itself. She's not using those methods, but she will use the methods that I will show in the start of the live. Also, fine art photos, that's really cool. So actually not a lot of, I think, Israelis, it's like really strong Pinterest in the US. I'm not sure even about like in Europe, but if you're like in the niche of macrame, female products, design, architecture, photos, dogs, every niche, you will be having great place in Pinterest. This is actually one of my favorite platform for finding tattoos. It's really strong platform also for tattoos. In the meanwhile, I can share some of the things on Pinterest and how it looks.
1 second. I will let you
Yeah,
to end the
sure.
screen. Oops, sorry. No.
So like again, everything which is visual, also like CBD, for example. So this is mine. Need to go to home feed. So again, everything is visual. It's really, really great to use Pinterest. People repin your post, and then someone can create a collection of your photos in their profiles, and then you can get like a lot of exposure. In the visual world, it's like totally different world. So you can get like the things that we'll show you right now. You can get to 500,000 reach in a month. In a period of I think like 6 months, you will get to 500,000 reaches per month. And you have a lot of cool niches here. You can see also in the niche of tattoos. It's really good place to be there. Like again, anything which is visual would be great in here. Can we stop there? What do you say?
1 second.
Uh, to your question, Pinterest is better for Instagram. It depends. It depends what way you're selling. If you're selling something is visual, I think Pinterest will be even better than Instagram. much more than that, because like the platform is built only to visual content. It's the tool for Instagram, but they have much more traffic when you're talking about visual stuff, and also like they will be more like Google than like Facebook in how the platform works. So it's like it doesn't matter a lot like if you are following someone. It will matter more if you are just like have a good board on Pinterest. So it's actually totally different platform from one and another.
I agree, and that's it. We can officially start. So, guys, thank you for coming to our live. You want to answer also about this question?
Yeah, and like you will add more than that. Like me and this specifically have in the niche of CBD dogs on Pinterest. It is going really well there. And so the answer is yes. About cryptocurrency, I'm not sure to tell you about because I didn't experiment about that. But again, like because it's more content than photos, I would have gone to like Facebook and LinkedIn in cryptocurrency.
Cool, cool, cool. So let's start, guys. Thank you for coming and joining us. As Tal mentioned on the start, we're going to speak about Pinterest growth and Pinterest automation, and we can do that. It's very, very useful for anyone, as Tal mentioned, with visual photos and with e-commerce website. It's not complicated what we're going to show you, okay? You don't need to know any code, and it's going to be fun. So stay with us, and let's start. So to show the statistics we mentioned, we're going to share with you some of the analytics we got. So I'm going to share a screen and have a look. So here, for example, you can see the traffic we gain on one of our accounts that we are growing at the moment. You can see the amount of the impression. It's more than half. It's half a million impressions of different users, of course. And it's only from one account we grow. Okay, it can be even much, much, much more than that if you scale it and using few different type of accounts. Okay, and I'm going to show you also like the boards on how it looks like on the account itself. One sec. So have a look. This is, for example, a client we are working with, and he has an amazing, amazing, amazing service for luxury villas and luxury services in Greece. Okay, very, very cool in Mykonos.
Nice,
If you haven't
nice.
been there, so go there now. And as you can see, we're actually sharing a lot of pins on his account. Okay, you can see some of them are going more viral, some of them going less viral, of course. We are testing all of the time. And basically, all of these pins are actually repins. It's not originally content that we created. Okay, you can see different boards we have over here with many, many different pins. You can see the amount of pins we have, pretty, pretty big. And if I will go into the analytics, I can show you like the top pins reached very nice results. So, for example, you can see we have some pins over here on like with like more than 59 impressions, 59K, 20K, so on. And what we're doing, we're basically adding the website link to every pin we made over here. So this is how we can actually increase the amount of traffic to his website. Do you want to continue?
Yeah. So I will split it to two parts. First, like how to do any automation on Pinterest, and the second part is how to do it with automation and make it more efficient. The first one will help the other one, so let's go and go and start. So again, Pinterest is working more like Google than like what we use usual to from Instagram or from Facebook or any social media. Uh, for example, when people is looking for something, they will just like just type the word dog, and then if they want like dog collar, they will just type dog collars, and then all we do is just like type enter, and then they will see like the most beautiful ones and the ones that got most impressions. So again, it works more than like Google than the other platforms. You can remember it by the color. of Pinterest, which is also red. Specifically, what I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up my dog account for automation. But first, I need to teach you how to get to the right boards. So you have a couple of things that you can do on Pinterest. You can pin a photo, but before you can pin it, you need to create a board. Okay, so for example, I said, wow, that's a good color. So if I would not want to keep it, what I can do is first I can comment, but in this session, I can just save it to one of my boards, as you can see. I can say search like which board I want to put it on, and then it will automatically save it. Once I save a pin that has a lot of traffic, some of the people you see like Anis James design saved 2 dogs. This is not the owner of the photo, so you don't only see the owner of the photo, you see also people that repinned it. So if I repin the photo, you also other people see the traveler dog pin the photo. But it will also send me to the website of the owner of the photo. So both sides have a beneficiary for it. The first one is the one that you can see like his text and the website and everything, and also the one that repinned it, which in this situation will be us. So if you creating like a good SEO for Pinterest, SEO is search engine optimization, like using the right keywords, like for example, dog collar, you will have more chance to get to higher places. So like, let's say that I want to be in the dog's niche. So I want to create the best keywords and the best work on it. So how will I do that? How will I find the ones that give me the most of traffic? I will just use the system to bring me the knowledge. So all I will try to know like it's a good SEO for dogs. In Pinterest, I will type dog A, okay, just the first word A, and then I will see automatically what Pinterest pops me out. So in this situation, I will use the word dog art or dog accessories, and then I will open a board with those names, or in the other situation, it will be dog B, and then dog's birthday cake. So I will also open a board called dog's birthday cake. And then I will see like all the options that will bring me more traffic and like pins that have a lot of free pins. Or you can even do it even more effective if you're going directly with boards. Boards is the collection of multiple photos. So again, if I want to find the best names for boards, I will type dog and then the type C, and then it will automatically bring me the best results. For example, it will bring me dog costumes boards. So I will know that those boards have a lot of traffic, and this is the way to do the SEO. And also I have a place that I can do repins from. So say, for example, that this one has 1,200 followers, and this is why it was up. So if I want to create a good account in the niche of dogs, I will create one board for costumes, one for cakes, and one for accessories. With dogs, it's actually really fun to make the research. And then you need to do just a research on how to create like the right boards. So let's keep doing it. For example, I did dog and then dogs drawing. And then you can also do dog and then dogs with the same, dogs A. And then it will be dogs and puppies. So we'll also know that a lot of people searches for the word dogs and puppies. To me, it's pretty obvious, but not when you're doing it on scale and you want to create several accounts or even one, and to know like what Pinterest thinks, which is the most popular. Like that way, you're asking Pinterest, like, okay, what's the most common search word on the platform, and it just says to you. If you're typing like the first word, it auto-complete the rest, and this is like what I will build the boards on. So you can see. Let's go. to the board that I did the research, and then I added all the keywords over here. So I have dogs, I have dog, I have dog memes, I have dog tattoos, like those are the most searched one. I just did what I showed you, and also added it over here. If you
That's
don't
a
want
great hack,
ugly,
by the way.
yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you. Just like I think I didn't even know that you can basically like put all of these keywords on like over here, like the profile. I don't know even like how to do that exactly, but it's like very cool. So you can increase the amount of traffic you're getting organically for people who are searching for this keyword. That's so awesome. And guys, I see some more people joining us. So that just explains how you can grow organically on Pinterest. And so continue, please. Sorry, yes, you can
no,
continue.
no, all good, all good. So again, let me continue. So let's use the platform. By the way, the trick that I just showed you works also for Facebook or for any other platform. Each time that I'm creating like a new group or something, I'm doing a research. I'm looking like what's the best searched, text, and all you need to do is just to start with the text that you want, and then and then it will auto-complete the most searched text. Actually, like I'm not, there is a guy called Ori from the eBay community that taught me that 2 years ago, and until now I'm using it. So if you're showing the live, thank you. So you can see that I uses this platform also to use like Bulldog Love, dogs and puppies, miniature, like different kinds of dogs that I just like open boards for them, so I can repin from other people boards and also add my link to my website, or in this situation I don't have a website, so just like to grow the account itself. And then you can even connect it. Uh, uh, you can even connect it to your Instagram account and grow your Instagram account with your Pinterest account. And so, okay, so this is the first thing that you need to know. And if you're doing it, you can do like really easily SEO on Pinterest and create the right boards. And the rest that you need to do after you created around 20 boards is just to repin really big pins, all right? Like it will be cute, but we will stop it. So you can see that this one, for example, has a lot of followers and a lot of comments. So I would like to repin it because it has a lot of repins, a lot of followers, and a lot of other stuff, because this is how it will have more chance that they will expose my content. Like, you always aim to get the post with the most pins, most followers, and most traffic, because you know it's a good content and you want it on your board. This is just how it works. Again, don't think as Facebook, Google, don't think as Facebook or Instagram, think as Google. You want to add the most search words, you want to find the content which is most viral already, and you want to use the hashtags that, again, from the market research that we did. So this is about the organic part. So let's go ahead. So if you know it, just go ahead and create like the boards that you need to do on Pinterest. And then you did 50% of the work. It will grow from that spot automatically if you do it even like manually. You can schedule repinning with, actually there are a lot of other platforms that lets you to repin, but in this matter I will use Jarvee again, because again this is one of my favorite platforms. So let's go ahead and now see how we can automate all the process of repinning. And now just like for me, in difference from Instagram, it's almost like autopilot. Because like once you set it up, it runs alone. There are risks, again, there are risks to your accounts, but Pinterest are actually really easy. Even if your account is being disabled, you just like send them a follow-up email, and then they just get it back, like in a matter of 48 hours. So no need to be stressed about it, but you need to know about the risks. And also, like to minimize your risk, use a proxy. So let's go ahead.
Cool. Tal, before going to show that, see some people like joining us as well now. So before we go with that, I just want to let you know that this is like a crazy hack that's going to help you get a lot of traffic and a lot of impressions to your website. I'm not sure if you're ready for that. So I'm not ready. 30 seconds, and we're going to show you this hack. I think that not a lot of people knows how to do this because Jarvee is one of the only tools that can actually do repins on Pinterest. Even Phantom Booster cannot do this, and I don't know about other tools for Pinterest, so this is going to be pretty epic. 30 seconds, and we're going to show you that. Stay with us, and we go to a short break. So 30 seconds, be here.
And
Cool.
we are
So
back.
yes, the seaport is ready. So we're going to show you that now. I'll go for it.
So we talked about how to grow it regular growth. I know it seems simple, but again, it's simple. Just need to know what to do. And again, like once you're doing SEO correctly, you're on the right path. But if you want to boost it even up, you can do it actually, everything that I showed you, do it manually, create good boards and then rip in a good content. Your account will go by himself. You can do it like daily or weekly. It depends on what you want. If you want to boost it up, you can use our automation for it. So again, like we talked about already about Jarvee, how to install it. Jarvee offers also a free few days, so you can even test it for free, and you can also use a proxy for the first 24 hours for free. So again, when you're getting into Jarvee, you already connected the account because it needs to sync the boards into it. So I go ahead and did it before, but I will explain how I did it. So when you go to Jarvee, you need to go to the social profiles. Just click over here, add a profile. You will have a lot of different cool options to do automations with. You have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, Instagram, YouTube, Coera, Tumblr, and actually they had a version that also did TikTok. But you click on add a Pinterest, and then you will have, let's actually do that. Let me show you how it will look. It will look like that, and then you have 3 fields that you need to enter. And this is just the name that will bring, the other side will not see it. So let's call it pin test. It doesn't really matter for anything. This is just like for, so you know how to tag it. This is where you put the proxy. I will show you in a second how it looks on my profile. But you have like the host and the port, a username and password. You can find everything on our website, the email that you use for the Pinterest, and also the password. And after it actually looks like that. Don't run and use the proxy. I'm going to cancel it at the end of the live. So just like again,
No,
host.
I'm going to get it. I'm sorry. This is for me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Continue.
So all you need to do again is like put a proxy over here, host, port, username, password, the email of the account, and then the password. This really doesn't matter. And then all you need to do is like, there will be a button called connect. And then it will just verify the account and will connect, and then you can see it. It will take around 20 minutes to sync everything up. It needs to sync the number of followers that you have. It needs to sync like all the background of the profile. And it's most important, it needs to sync the board's name that you created, that we created on the first part. So there are actually a lot of cool tools that you can use. If you want to increase your followers, we will not teach you about this in this live session. because I really don't understand like a lot of the value in Pinterest and the followers, because you can also get to people that don't follow you in difference from Instagram. It's like if you are imagining like Instagram, it's like Pinterest is the explore feed all the time of the Instagram. You can even comment to people, you can contact people, like send messages to them if you want to send messages. We will not teach it on this live because this is not the main tool, but you can send us a message and we'll send you our settings for it. But what we're going to teach you is how to make repins with it, and how to repin like a lot of photos to your boards. So after you created the boards, they will auto sync to here. You can see, let's do it. This is how it looks with a profile that does do the repins. You can see that I did with that account 26,000 repins, 11,000 repins, and 22,000 repins. On those two watches, sports, and technology, this is what they're actually selling. So you can see actually the settings over here. Each board I'm repinning 65 pins per day. But let's set it up together. All you need to do is, again, it will auto sync everything here. You can do around, Adiam, how many repins are you doing per day? Just to let me know.
The maximum after like a month. So I think like to start with like 20, 30 and to go to 65, it's cool, or even like 65 for one board. But basically, we even do like 1,000 repins a day from like 10 different boards, 10, like 100 repins a day. So that's 1,000 a day. But it's only after the account is already warmed up.
Okay, I'm actually doing around 300 repins a day per profile, but again, it's a matter of the trust and how long the account is with you. And if it's a new account, like start from low and then increase it, start from even 10 repins a day, and then 20 repins a day, and then 30 repins a day, until you get to 300 to 1,000 repins per day. But again, it takes a warm up of a month. It's really, really important. And then like let's decide one board that we want to work on. So if we have 300 and we have 10 boards, I will just like do 30 per board. So you take like the maximum that you have, you split it to the numbers of boards that you have and you want to run. You don't have to run all of them all the time. And then you can put, for example, 500 and all the rest 100 if you have like 6 boards. But always remember the maximum that you have. So you need to click on those two separate settings. And here you need to set the amounts of reprint that will happen per day. So this is actually a warmed up account. I will set between 50 to 100, which will put me around 75 reprints per day. And it will automatically, tomorrow it will get automatically to 75. It will randomize between 50 and 100, so we will call it 75 because this is the even. So I have like more place for 225 reprints per day. But you don't want to go over 1,000 and to get more risky than we do. And if you want to warm it up and the account is not warmed up, you can just like set 5 to 10 and do everything growing 10 until you get to 100. And then each day which will increase the number of repins. It's really, really important, as we said, always only repin the pins that has a lot of traffic. And if you want to get the ones that has a lot of traffic, all you need to do is just like set the numbers of repins over here. And then it will automatically choose only pins with more than 200 repins, which means that the post is popular. And after you set it up, the only last thing that you need to set up is actually really here. This means that you will change. Let me show you. So to the cute puppy.
So sweet.
Yeah, really sweet. We'll show you Sean's my dog photos in a second. But you can insert the you're going to take the repin from here, actually, from Pinterest, and then you're going to put your text with the text you did from the SEO, the first part. Like, for example, you will put the words that you did the research on, like over here. And then you can also like put your website link over there. But again, this is all on your own risk. So I put like my, for example, in this situation, I could put my dog's Instagram link and then just like words from the text. I will set it up for 100%. You can even do it like with less and do overwrite existing description. Like you will switch the text they have, and then you will put the first one. Also, by the way, if you want to take like tall images, there are like some images like that are really long and they give you more traffic, but they are not a lot. So use it with a good taste. It can help you, but not always. So actually, we're almost over, but for the last part, all you need to do is to choose where you want to repin from. All right. So in this situation, I will repin from several places. I will repin from the search. So what will happen actually is when I will run it, my Pinterest will search, will go to the nice doggy, to the search. We'll type the text over here. And then we'll search a pin with over 200 pins because this is what we set up, and it will just repin from here. So this is one option. The next option that I'm going to show you that I mostly use is I'm repinning from boards. All right, what I'm going to do is to search a Great Dan, and then I'm going to find like a cool board that I saw that also like most of his photo, like I don't want to do that if I say that his board is not popular. So if I say that it's popular and like there is a lot of followers and following her, I will take the link from her board and I will start to repin from her board. So all I will need to do is just to put it over here. And this is actually it. And I will build like all the boards until I will get to 300 repins, and then I will just hit the run. Maybe we can even see it. You can see like, for example, in this situation, it takes from her dashboard, and it will repin it on my board with the great Danny. And this is how we'll create growth in here. And this
So
is
cool.
it.
Let's see that. Let's see that. Now, basically, it's not just a Tal, put your hands like that so the people can see you're not moving the both of them. Tal is clear, guys. As you can see, someone is moving the mouse. This is Tal? It's not Tal.
Sorry.
No, no, good, all good. So as you can see, it's not us. It's basically a Jarvee automation. Now, as you can see, it's working on the browser and it's doing everything automatically. It's pretty cool that you can even see that. And then it also looks pretty human, right? Because it's actually like looking for. They're so funny. I need to take this photo. We do it again one more time. Joking. So it looks pretty human, right? Like check this out. Like, even like manually people like looking to repin some specific content, and the tip that Tal mentioned before, you can. What is the best thing to do is to repin viral content. So you're not going to repin something that maybe wouldn't go viral. You will make sure it's already viral. So this is like a huge, huge advantage. Advantage, sorry. Plus, as you mentioned, you can change the link to your website if you want any call to action to add Christmas sales. Check out these things. You can even do spin text, but we don't want to make it too complicated today. Maybe next time we'll make it more complicated. I think anybody want to add, or before we will go to the questions? Yeah, what do you think?
Actually, I don't have nothing to add. Just like open your minds to Pinterest. It's a great platform for everyone that has like a visual content, and like don't use only Instagram, because Instagram is for specific audience, Pinterest is for specific audience, LinkedIn is for specific audience, and Facebook is for specific audience. Understand like where your audience is, and if your products are actually like your service is like visual, use Pinterest.
That's
Don't be
totally true.
only Instagram suckers.
It's okay. Don't only make the war with Instagram. With Instagram, as you probably know, if you're like Jarvee people, it's pretty complicated and it's getting even more and more complicated every day. It's not going to get easier. What do you say?
Didn't say nothing.
Oh, I just want to let you know also like a few important notes if you don't know about Pinterest in general. So there is like over almost a 500 million monthly active users on Pinterest. Okay, it's a lot of people. 60% of them are women. So if you have a product for women, it's really, really, really useful. And 80% of the US moms on Pinterest and 85% of users have bought something based on pins they see from brands. So if you have an e-commerce store or a brand or any visual type of business and you don't use Pinterest, use it now. Don't wait for tomorrow, for next year. No, now it's the time. I see we have some questions over here. Thank you, Paul. You should definitely reactivate your Pinterest account. Tal, what do you think about that? I was trying to add my website back when I ran it. The link, for some reasons, wouldn't change. I don't know why. I think Javi had a bug from that in the past. Now it's working pretty well, right, Tal?
Yeah, I'm not sure about when you're talking about, but currently it works. If you have any problem, you can contact us in private, and we'll help you out to figure it out. Actually, there are sometimes, like again, like Jarvee is a local software, so there are some people that have bug, and the other people will not have the same bug actually.
That's true. Also, is there a way I can get a list for what kind of sites work with which social networks?
It
What
really
do you
depends. It really depends, like on the niche that you are working with. Like for example, if I'm starting to work with women products, I will know like the best place to go will be Instagram and Facebook group, because there are a lot of activities there. And for example, if it will be photos, I will know it will be Instagram and Pinterest. And if I'm selling B2B, it will be LinkedIn. So there are like just guidelines, like what the what the company meant from the beginning. Not all the time it's the same. By the way, Pinterest, for example, Reddit is useful for almost like everything. People are talking about their everything, but it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're not sure, you can come and advise with us.
Thank you, Tal. I think this is the last question or last note from Daniel Dan. I have a jewelry company and Pinterest is our top performing lead generator.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exact, like this is the perfect example. Like if you have something that is worth showing off, this is the place.
Totally agree. And just a small note, Daniel, what we just show you now, you can basically you can do it with the multiple accounts. We are not going to show it today, but think about it. The main advantage of automation that you can scale it up easily. The results you get. So imagine what we showed this one account. It can even be for multiple. Doesn't this activity get multiplied and potentially blocked? Tal, what do you think?
Again, I didn't understand the question actually.
The like basically Daniel is asking like let's say he do this now with his Pinterest account. Would Pinterest going to block his account and monitor that?
First, yes, it is possible, but as I said, like in the beginning, like also my account got disabled. Also, I think this account like got once like disabled. But again, like Pinterest is not like Facebook that don't respond to you and like just like go get yourself like ahead. Pinterest is actually like you're just like sending them a message and this is it. They're giving the account back. But again, don't overdo anything. Like do 300 repins, 200 repins, and use a proper proxy, and you will be okay, worst case scenario, it will be disabled for 24 hours and you get it back.
Exactly. Yes, and if you're using like a 4G proxy, if you even do lower amount of actions, you're in the safe side, Daniel. So I always like to say in any investment you have some risk, but also you have like a potential for amazing results. We see it very rarely that account can get disabled or something like that or blocked. As I mentioned, and thank you very much all of you of watching us. We highly appreciate it. Our next just session going to be by next Thursday. As always, it's going to be about Twitter automation. Now we're going to speak also about NFT because I don't know why, but everyone now speak about NFT. This is like I'm going in the streets in Tel Aviv and people like, do you have NFT already? And I like I don't know like fully yet, but it's that. But I'm going to get into that tomorrow and to understand more. So Twitter automation next Thursday. You will have the link in the descriptions or in Facebook to sign up for free for the reminder. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the Pinterest power and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.